Hey guys, how's it going? I'm SMInfinity here to talk about the upcoming Mario Party 10. Now, in Nintendo's latest E3 show, they showed a trailer of said Mario Party 10, and I'm basically going to talk about it, analyse it, and pick out what I can, game explain style. But first, I think you should actually see the trailer before I talk about it, so here it is. And now the analysis. Well, nearly. I was going to do a speculation video, but the trailer came out too soon for me to do that, so I'm going to do that now. Basically, what I thought would be in it is a merge of the old and the new rules. So maybe a vehicle on an old style board, or some boards having the old rules and some of the boards having the new rules, or something like that. But evidently not. The rules are indeed the same as Mario Party 9, pretty much to the T. And from the trailer, I can't really see any noticeable changes, so anybody who didn't like the Mario Party 9 rules, feel free to feel disappointed. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't a huge... what am I trying to say? I didn't massively dislike the new rules. I did definitely prefer the old rules, but I didn't massively dislike the new rules. I mean, I really enjoyed Mario Party 9. But I think my biggest problem with it is the dice blocks, definitely, only going up to 6. But yeah, this is Party 10, not Party 9, although they are pretty much the same. But the first real thing I want to cover about the clip is Bowser, specifically his very own scene, somewhere near the start of the clip. And it leaves you wondering, is Bowser a playable character or an extra? From what I can tell, he is, and this is referring to some future points in the clip which I'll get to later on in the analysis. From what I can tell, he is a playable character to a certain extent. I don't know if it's the whole way through the board or whether you get some sort of event that happens. I really don't know. But you can see that Bowser does have a number of spaces left, specifically 5 spaces left in the picture I've captured. Meaning that he moves around the board, and by the looks of the faces of Wario and Mario, it looks as though he's about to catch up. But it does look as though he's chasing the vehicle and could initiate some sort of Bowser minigame or something like that. But I'll get into that. I think there's extra bit of that in the next section. But I'm going to talk about the bit in the top left corner now, with the hearts and the spaces and all that. The hearts, I really have no idea what they could be, to be fair. There could be some sort of event or some certain space or something that takes away a heart. It could be something to do with minigames, I really don't know. I could only speculate about that. Also, one thing I forgot to mention before I moved on, listening to this back, I realised that I forgot to say something, so I'm just going to cut myself up here, is that later on in the actual trailer there's a scene where it's coming up to one of the minigame events, which I'll explain later in the video, where it has the HUDs again, but there isn't any hearts there. And also another thing is that there's only 2 dice block spaces instead of 3. I'm not sure if I mentioned dice blocks at this point or not. But that is definitely interesting. It it definitely implies that there is more than one mode, and maybe there's like an arcade mode or something, or a classic mode or something, because it's definitely different, and it'd be interesting to find out what that's all about. But yeah, I'll get back to what I was originally saying now. But then there's the spaces left, which is definitely an interesting feature. It's pretty useless. I'm not sure why they put it there. Although, actually no, it's not entirely useless, because I used to, in Party 9, I went into the zoom out bit and scrolled up to the end to see how many spaces left, so that could be useful for saving a bit of time there. And also in that top corner you can also see that items are dice blocks only again, which is a bit of a bummer, but you know, I would have liked to see old items back. But the next thing I want to talk about is 5-player compatibility that the Wii U has been boasting about ever since Nintendo Land's release in 2012. And while I can tell the only 5-player compatibility is Bowser, again, we come back to Bowser. As you can see by the picture, Bowser is controlled with a gamepad. After all, that does look like Bowser. There does appear to be new Bowser minigames, which is a pretty cool feature. So basically not just the reverse minigames or something like that you got in Party 9, it does seem as though Bowser has his very own minigame. I wouldn't expect it to require 5 players to do. I imagine it would be just 2, like at least one Wii remote and a gamepad. And perhaps Bowser may be computer controlled if you don't have a gamepad. So maybe there's like, or maybe it's a different mode which you need a gamepad, or maybe it's a different mode where you don't need a gamepad. I have no idea. But yeah, the whole, it's nice that they put 5-player compatibility into this, because there hasn't really been many games for the Wii U that's actually used 5 players. I mean, New Super Mario Bros. U did. Not sure about Wii Party U. I think there was one other game I have too, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm only talking about games I actually have for the Wii U. I mean, that does seem pretty cool. And then there's the next thing, which is the new stop events. So kind of like the captain events. These do appear. I know I say these do appear quite a lot, but just bear with me. It's the best thing I can say. These do appear to be new mini star collecting events. So I'm not sure if anybody has either played or seen footage of Mario Party 5, but on one of the boards there's like this mini game where you can go around collecting coins or something. Or in Mario Party 8 where you got that slide down DK Jungle Temple. I think it's probably going to be one of those where you just collect as many mini stars as possible, although of course it's going to be more important because mini stars are what you need to win the game. As I said, or maybe not said, but I'm not sure, it's going to be something like the captain events in Party 9, so you would have to stop for, or maybe you don't have to stop on them, because in the trailer there was an exclamation mark space, so perhaps you don't have to stop on them. So perhaps there's captain events other than that, but it didn't show them in the trailer. But on that logic, we can probably guess that there are probably some boss battles too, and we can also see in the trailer, I'm not sure if it's later or earlier, or both, where we see those boss battles. But the next thing I want to talk about is the new spaces. After my computer decides to load the picture, there we go, is the new spaces that you can see on the board in this scene. And now the first looks like a bomb. It's red and black. I mean, it's probably going to be bad, but it could be something to do with Bowser Jr., because it does have a resemblance to Bowser Jr. It could be something like Mario Party 9, was it Wario Factory? It was a factory one, where you landed on a certain space and then a bomb went into your car, and then after a certain amount of spaces it knocked half of the mini stars out the captain. And so it could be something like that. I'm guessing it's something to do with Bowser Jr., maybe Bowser, but it looks bad. I would not want to land on that to find out. But knowing Mario Party, you probably will land on that more than any other space. And then there's this green exclamation mark space, which really could be anything. It could be some sort of spin event, it could be a shuffle event, or maybe, just maybe, it's the return of Chance Time. You never know. It's been gone for, well, ever since Mario Party 4, I think. I'm not sure when it exactly went. I know it wasn't in Party 8. I know it was in Party 2. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting space. We can only speculate at the moment. But, you know, it'd be interesting to find out when that does happen. And the last thing I want to talk about is the new minigames and boss battles, which appear in the last sequence. I believe it's the last sequence. Of course there'll be new minigames, with it being a new Mario Party game, but boss battles are back, meaning it's probably going to be a start to end board style. So, like, you start one place, end somewhere out the board. And, well, yeah, that's really all I do have to talk about at the moment. I've done, 9 minutes out of a minute trailer, which I don't think is too bad for my first time analysing one of these things. But yeah, that's what I think at the moment. But you never know, I could be completely wrong. I mean, this is only an E3 trailer. This is the first time this game has been announced. And, yeah, anything could happen between now and then. I mean, the whole thing could be changed, it could all stay the same, we just don't know. We can only speculate at the moment, and that's what I'm speculating right now. But yeah, that will do for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some insight on what to expect in Party 10. I mean, I'm not a secret Nintendo guy, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed finding out something that you maybe didn't realise. I know I definitely had fun doing this. But yeah, that's enough of me. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day.